Brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning to you. 7 o'clock on the nose. Ollie, Lecter, Sarah in studio, and yesterday all my troubles seemed so far away because Wheeler's on assignment at Area 51. Good morning. It's the Cabin Radio Yesterday Special. Hooray!
Hey!
That's where you applaud. That's where you applaud. There you go. Today, this morning, we are giving away tickets to see Yesterday at Capitol Theatre in Yellowknife. It opens tonight. I think it's just got a week to show up here, so if you want to go see the brand new movie starring Ed Sheeran, among many others, that tells the tale of a world where everyone except one man has forgotten the Beatles. Well, here's a chance to win tickets, and this is the week to do it. It opens tonight at the Capitol Theatre. We have got 5 pairs of 2 tickets to give away throughout the entirety of this morning show and the morning in general. Anytime you hear a track by the Beatles, which I'm going to tell you right now is going to be significantly often, all you need to do is message the word Yesterday to Cabin Radio. You can do that on Facebook. Just find our Facebook page, send us a message. Don't put a comment. We won't see those. Send a message. You can email mailbox@cabinradio.ca. Look, it's Yellowknife. You can text anyone you know who works for Cabin Radio. You can also come down and shout it loudly outside our window. You know how these things work. Lecter, we're pretty easy to find.
Pretty easy to find, yeah. And more Beatles. Who wouldn't like that?
Who doesn't like more Beatles? It is the Cabin Radio Yesterday Special, brought to you by Yellowknife's Capitol Theatre. 5 pairs of tickets to Yesterday the movie to give away. It opens this evening.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Today is the Yesterday Special on Mornings at the Cabin. All through the morning, not just till 9, but through the rest of the morning till 12 as well. We will be playing Beatles tracks. When you hear a Beatles track, you just have to message us, Facebook, email, whichever way you choose. Very easy to find all of these things. You just have to message us with the word Yesterday, and you will be in the draw for 5 pairs of 2 absolutely free tickets to go see Yesterday the movie at Yellowknife's Capitol Theatre at a showing of your choosing. It opens tonight right here in the middle of downtown Yellowknife. Stay tuned for Beatles tracks all morning long. Now, Yesterday the movie, Lecter, is all about this premise that a guy wakes up one morning in a world where there are no Beatles. He can remember the Beatles and all the tracks, but nobody else can. Now that works for him because he can. What he then goes on to do is try and be famous off the back of the Beatles by reinventing, in air quotes, all their tracks. That works for him because he knows their tracks well enough.
What a phony, huh?
What a phony, but God bless him. We'd all do the same, and we know it. It relies on 2 things: being able to play the songs and being able to remember the songs.
Yes.
If I woke up tomorrow in a world where there were no Beatles tracks, I'd be, there's one about a submarine.
And that one's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah. And there's one about help, they need somebody. And my ability to accurately transpose what those songs were and then perform them in front of people would be sadly limited.
Really?
Yeah, I would prefer a world in which everyone had forgotten Genesis, which is essentially the world we already live in. But the problem with that is that while I'm word perfect on just about every Genesis track ever made,
right,
most of them are between 11 and 26 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure what would happen. It'd be like, there's a man over here with really odd 11-minute songs. We'll ignore him.
Yeah, it's a little easier to make a splash when you're reciting 2.5-minute songs. You know, even if people aren't crazy about it, it's like, well, this is only going to take another 1.5 minutes of my life away, not another 9.5 minutes.
Which band, if the rest of the world forgot them and only you remembered them, which band would you find easiest to bring back to life? Which one do you know the best?
Probably the Beatles.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very much on this guy's wavelength.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'd make so much money.
What would be your number 1 song?
Number 1 song. Well, my favorite Beatles song is "A Day in the Life." It's often regarded as the best Beatles song ever written.
Yeah, deleted that one. Okay, next.
Deleted that one.
Well, I didn't delete it. I had to choose from all the Beatles songs that we were going to play today.
Okay.
And I picked so many, but not that one.
Okay.
Carry on. So not that, but, maybe we'll get you to perform that later on in the show, and then you'll be able to bring that back to life for everybody because we've forgotten it. I wiped it from my memory.
Well, it's just like an hour ago. woke up and got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head, made my way downstairs.
We're doing this spoken word.
Drank a cup. And
we're going to slam poet this.
Looking up, I noticed I was late, so I ran here. And
Oddly, I begin to understand why this is your favorite song. It's a very accurate précis of most of your mornings. Although I've yet to see a comb play much role.
Yeah, and we're not allowed to smoke in here either, so it's a bit limiting, this age we live in.
We're not allowed to do a lot of things in the studio, and yet we seem to do them on a regular basis. So, okay. I look forward to the day when everyone else has forgotten the Beatles and you bring them back. I think you bring
do quite well.
I think you bring something different to that whole Beatles experience.
You think so?
Yeah, I think your whole demeanor is not really sort of John and Paul and all those boys. I think it's you bring a different swagger to the Beatles experience.
I would probably shift the mood of some of the earlier Beatles stuff, like away from the domestic violence themes. Just modernize a little bit, I think, is the way I would go.
Remember that great Beatles track about taking two dogs on a canoe trip to Cinnamon Island?
Nobody likes that song.
It's called The Fool on the Hill.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
I saw somebody this morning sharing a forecast that seemed to suggest it'll be down to 1 degree of freezing rain tonight. That looks a little extreme. That's not the forecast I found.
Come on now.
I think the low is 11 tonight, so it's not quite as bad as it may sound. But yeah.
You would have loved that, though.
You know what? I'm reaching the end of my tether with this whole summer nonsense. This is much improved. So that is Lecter over there. We have AJ in the studio as well. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh, you're on the wrong microphone. There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this thing on? Yep.
There you go.
Good morning.
AJ, get on the right microphone. Jeez.
Yeah, AJ. Well, welcome along. It's nice out there today. There's a little moisture in the air, but that makes me feel at home sometimes.
Yeah, and I like that. I like it when it rains when it's been really humid for a few days. I used to be able to tell in Australia because it was so tropical that it was going to rain within 2 hours because it would get so unbelievably humid, and then sure enough, it would rain. So it was kind of cool to be able to predict the weather that way just by feeling, but it was also awful because it's so humid and you're sweating.
Have you ever applied at Environment Canada? Because they could probably use your help.
Do I apply? They've asked me if that's what you mean. I politely declined.
If you could predict the weather at all, Environment Canada's like, please come help.
We might get it right.
We're just going to dangle AJ from an aircraft across various regions of Canada. How's it feeling?
Still sweating.
All
really
right.
humid.
All right.
Little scared.
All right. It's going to rain soon, guys. It's going to rain. Yeah, great. Okay, good. We're glad we've established that. So yeah, it's a little bit cooler outside. It's a little bit fresher this morning, which is it's pretty much good news. However, the bad news is something has happened to the flowers downtown Yellowknife. There's all these lovely little flower pots and things like that down the side of the road, just a couple of blocks away from us down here at RBC. Those are absolutely destroyed this morning.
Really?
And I don't know why. Initial thought was, the weather's really done a number on those. I'm not so sure it was the weather.
Yeah.
So we may have to take a look at that one. We've already had 3 people in touch this morning to mention that alone.
About
Really?
the flowers.
Yeah.
Was one of them Leslie Creed?
No, I mean, Leslie...
Shocking.
When you know if Leslie's in touch. Leslie does not sort of gently tap one on the shoulder and whisper into one's ear. If Leslie needs to get in touch about that, she will just burst through the door of Studio 1, probably throw a plant pot in our general direction, and then just plonk herself down next to a microphone and demand that whatever song is playing be faded down so that she may have a horticultural broadcast moment.
Yeah. That's a horticultural red alert.
Well, let's hope she doesn't have any banking to do this morning because I don't want a pot thrown at me.
Oof. As much as I obviously don't endorse that, because why are you just going around destroying flowers? That's kind of unnecessary. It would be fun to have Leslie on this morning because, oh man, she'd be so fired up.
It would. Leslie Creed, if you're out there, stop on in. Cabin Radio horticultural expert, and give us what would Leslie be giving tips on? How to chase people and remonstrate with them effectively?
I like when she scolds people on the air.
Yeah, she's quite good at that.
It's kind of fun. I was listening the other day back to an old clip about... and I say old, like a year and a half old talk.
There's not a lot of old things in Cabin Radio.
And someone had sent a listener question about horticulture and gardening. And they said something about, they used the word dirt. And she stopped and she was like, okay, people, dirt is not what we garden with. Dirt is what you clean up. It's soil, or I think she said growing media.
Oh, come on.
Which is
that's a good one.
Amazing. Amazing.
That really,
growing
that
media?
really jazzes up soil.
Right?
Look, no.
Really jazzes it
No,
up.
cabin radio is a growing medium.
But we're also
clear.
soil. Right?
Oh, we're certainly not dirt.
Yes.
Well, not
we're
that.
the nutrient that... I don't even know where I'm going to go with this. You know what? I don't know anything about plants. This is me admitting I know nothing about planting
Okay, well, it's not dirt.
or soil.
That's
okay,
all, probably
I
all
know
you
that
need to
now.
know. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to make Leslie happy, just don't call it dirt.
Okay.
And you're good to go.
Seems pretty easy.
Yeah.
Good. Well done, everyone. I'm glad you two both figured that out over there. That doesn't, of course, solve our flower problem, but thank you to everybody for getting involved. I'm glad to live in a city where enough people care about this that a radio station gets several messages
Yeah.
early in the morning from people who are like, hey, what's going on here? Get a hold of this and see what you can find out about this.
Yeah.
We're on it. Don't worry.
I mean, we get several messages about everything every day, but this was an easy one to talk about.
You know what? The rollover off Ingram Trail?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. So we published a news story on that.
That's
You'll hear it in
getting
our
ugly.
news this morning, and we published it yesterday afternoon that someone has been charged over that.
Right.
A ton of people had been wanting to know over the past week what was going on there.
Yeah.
Again, I obviously it's a sad thing to have happened, and we'll follow that case as it goes through. Again, interesting to live in a city where 7 days after the accident in question,
Still there.
still
Still there.
kicking around.
Just a reminder, drive safe.
Well, that I thought was a great suggestion from somebody
Yeah,
yesterday.
you could just put a sign up there.
Just
yeah.
leave it there as a reminder.
Yeah.
You know what? There are worse ways to get your message across than put a sign up that's like, well, this is what happened to the last person.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you've, emptied all the fluids and disposed of it properly and it's no harm to the environment, then yeah, it's just a great PSA for driving safely.
I mean, you're still littering.
You are still
There's still a
littering.
car there.
That's-
I don't
that's
think that's
true.
environmentally.
What if we build
responsible.
like a flower bed around the car? Is that that's beautification, right? That's not littering
That's
anymore.
true. Or
So
if
we-
you just put it in soil or a growing media, maybe.
Just not dirt.
Yeah, just not dirt. That's a
To be
waste of
clear,
time.
we're going to take all the flowers that are now across Franklin Avenue from RBC. We're going to gather them up and we're going to replant them around an overturned car on the Ingram Trail.
Yeah, repurpose them.
Yeah,
Good.
to keep people safe on the roads.
That's right.
I see. Okay, thank you, everybody. That was expertly argued. From all of that, you can tell that even if your flower's a bit destroyed, well, you never know. Life will go on.
Scenes on the cabin.
I buried you, Chuck. They had to pry my fingers off your coffin.
There was a coffin?
Yeah, coffin, headstone, the whole thing.
What was inside?
Your calendar, your cell phone, your Woo Piggy Sue hat, some picture of that catch you wanted.
That about sums it up.
Maybe now is when you tell me about it.
The plane went down, my friends died, I washed up on an island. Then I found these barrels, built the raft, and here I am.
Yeah?
The tide came in, the tide went out, I survived. That's the headline. I survived.
Don't overwhelm me with the details. You know how I hate that.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guest to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including Zehabesha, Main Street Pizza, The Woodyard Eatery, Copper House Restaurant, and Java Roma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
AJ, can you imagine circumstances in which at an important event you would play, I don't know, the wrong song?
No, I can't. Sorry. Yes, the wedding I just did.
Yes. Tell us more.
I DJ'd, once again, air quotes, DJ'd. I was given 5 songs to play at the ceremony of a wedding.
Just to briefly, we're calling that DJing.
Yes, we're calling that DJ.
5 songs.
Yeah.
And do you call yourself DJ AJ?
DJ Goodwin.
DJ Goodwin.
Actually,
Okay.
my DJ name in the 8th grade was DJ Gooder.
DJ Gooder.
DJ Gooder, yeah.
Bless.
There's a song on my iTunes with the artist DJ Gooder.
Kilo November's out there just rolling his eyes.
Yeah, like, that
Okay,
idiot.
buddy.
Yeah, thinks he knows Garage Band. So yes, I was DJing these 5 songs at the ceremony, and I was playing the big song as all the guests are arriving. That was going great, and then all I had to do was just click the next song for the bridesmaids, click the next song for the bride, click the next song for the signing of the registry, and and then basically we were done. And then there was just like a walkout song. We're done.
Sounds super simple.
Super simple.
Wait, what were you using here? iTunes? Is that what we're talking about?
It was iTunes on a laptop, a Dell laptop. In my defense, I'm a Mac guy, so I was a little lost on the Mac on the laptop.
Had you updated your iTunes recently, or did you just click
Wasn't
don't
mine.
download?
It wasn't mine. This is a totally new laptop. This was the groom's laptop.
This
so he's a little
explains
bit
a lot.
to blame here. A little bit to blame.
Okay.
But anyways, I hit the next song for the bridesmaids, turned down the speaker and faded it back up again for
nice.
effect.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Very nice.
So the bridesmaids had this beautiful walk down the aisle.
It's like there was a real DJ there.
It's like there was a real DJ. Yeah. Actually, a lot of people thought I was paid. So there was a lot of comments. There was a lot of comments of, "Oh, I could have done that for free."
Should have known if you work for Cabin Radio, there's a strong likelihood you were not paid.
I was like, "You think I'm getting paid for this?" Like, jeez. So I go to fade in the next song. So speaker down, choose the next song. Speaker up. Do 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 do. It's gonna be the best day of my life.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So the whole crowd, there's about 150 people at this wedding. They all turned directly to me. The groom at the altar turned and yelled at me. And and I quickly tried to change the song. Obviously this was not the right song for the bride to come down the aisle to.
Right.
And then I lost the mouse because the sun was hitting the laptop directly and I couldn't see anything on the screen. So I lost the mouse. So I was clicking.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Just clicking wildly.
In my head, it was a lifetime. Like, and everyone's staring at me. I'm on my own. I'm separated from the whole crowd.
I just imagine you frantically clicking, and then he's got like just a random MP3 file of a Megadeth song on his desktop.
Anything. Yeah. Oh my God. Look at her butt. oh God. But eventually I did get the song and it played out again. But it happened again later on in the ceremony for signing of the registry. Once again, I thought I'd hit pause, but the mouse wasn't actually over pause, and it went to that song again.
No.
Gonna be the best day. And then I had to play that song. That was the one that I had to play for everyone leaving. So I was like, oh my gosh, I've screwed it up twice. This stupid song keeps coming on. And then finally, I need to actually play this song. And everyone's going to look at me again and go, are you serious? The third time?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Not like it's the most important moment ever, bride walking down the aisle. But, hey.
It has to be said that you have at least joined what I imagine to be a relatively exclusive club of people who have been shouted at by a member of a wedding party at the altar.
Well done.
Like that is a small but definitely existing group of people who have done something that deserved being shouted at by someone standing at an altar at a wedding.
Yeah, every groomsman keeled over laughing. Talk about cutting the tension. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Everyone was a little nervous. I was like, you know what? This wedding needs right now just a nice joke. Yeah. Just a well-timed joke.
You were that joke.
Nervous. And I stepped in and I was the joke.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
Yeah.
What I was kind of wondering is that, when you hit it originally, I mean, the theme of the song is, this is going to be the best day of my life. It's very celebratory.
Yeah.
How did everyone in the wedding know that was not the song that had been chosen for that? I mean, albeit it seems like an odd selection.
Well, I shouldn't say the whole crowd. So the crowd that was on kind of the side where I was were all my friends.
Okay.
So they knew pretty quickly that I had screwed this up. And then when the groom in front of the entire wedding turns to me and goes, AJ, get it together.
That generally is a clue.
That's a pretty strong indication. Okay,
And he leaned right over and looked at me. So, of course, everyone in the wedding leaned right over and looked at me. Yeah. And then later on found out, there's a bunch of comments.
Starts approaching you, fists cocked, ready to go.
I told them I would do it for free. Why did they hire this idiot?
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Sarah Erasmus in the studio. Morning.
Good morning, boys.
Favorite Beatles track?
Ooh. Twist and Shout is, it's up there.
Nice one.
Hey Jude.
Yeah, Hey Jude.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Jude, all-time classic. When I was a kid at school, we did a book in English class that I think was called The Silver Sword or something like that. It was a post-apocalyptic, like, let's write a story for young adults about what it's like to survive in a nuclear wasteland. Yeah, like one of those authors that really should have something better to do. And so we had to read this book about survival in a post-apocalyptic England. It was all very less than thrilling. But I do remember from it that like the big halfway point cliffhanger in the whole thing was a whole bunch of people who were waiting for a nuclear strike to happen in the distance, got together and sang "Hey Jude." and that's like that's the one thing that sticks in my mind from that book is all these people getting together and singing "Hey Jude" halfway through the book before this nuclear strike does or does not happen. And I can't even remember if it happens or not. I just remember that they all sang "Hey Jude."
I feel like your school was due for a curriculum update at that point, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we were a solid. I mean, we were only 10 years out from the Cold War at that point, but it was, I suppose, nice to be like, this is what it's like to be a child in the 80s. Well, that sounds terrible.
So if it does happen, you have no idea what to do. You're just like, oh no, everyone gets together and sings "Hey Jude." Yeah.
"Hey Jude."
We join arms in a warm embrace.
Please don't make it bad. I mean, that's a relatively simple message.
Well, sing "Hey Jude" and, of course, duck and cover.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey Jude.
And you're good.
Yeah. Okay, we'll try that when the apocalypse comes. That'll be great. Sarah Erasmus not here to discuss "Hey Jude," although you did a fine job of it. 100 Women Who Give a Damn. Yes. How's that going?
It's going good. Good. We just had another meeting on Wednesday night, and the winner of that meeting was the Yellowknife Women's Society.
Okay, nice. Who are doing a whole bunch of stuff right now. I mean, they have got... For a relatively small society, they're renovating the shelter on Franklin Avenue. They're trying to work on the Arnica Inn and turn that into transitional housing. They've got to move everybody temporarily out of the Franklin Avenue thing into the downtown shelter. Like, I don't know how they're managing to get sleep right now, the amount of stuff that society does.
I know, they're working night and day, and they were kind of really stressing on the importance of childcare, and like, because this was, I think specifically when it was going towards getting the childcare up and running, because that's one of the biggest challenges for single moms, and they can't get a job because they have to look after their kids and they can't make enough money to pay for childcare. So then it's just like a vicious cycle. So this is their initiative to kind of have a cheaper healthcare for moms so that they can get out there in the workforce and
right, among all the other stuff that I just mentioned, they're also launching this like daycare facility as well at the same time.
Yep. So yeah, they're really busy over there.
So how much money, roughly, are you guys able to give them?
Right now, we have about $6,500.
Okay.
Money's still coming in. It's summertime, and people are busy, and it was a really nice night out that night. So a lot of people couldn't come, but they're still donating. And if you want to donate, there's still time. I'm going to be taking money probably for like another week or so, and hopefully we'll get up to that 10,000. I'm confident that we'll get up there.
Great cause to support. Yellowknife Women's Society doing a huge amount of work, more even than I was able to remember and list off just then for the city right now. So definitely get involved with that if you can. I know you mentioned people are busy, and obviously all of us know how it feels to kind of want to help out, but to be running around the place and have a million things to do. I know that this is somewhere where you feel like an organization like yours can actually help people out and say, hey, it's actually pretty easy to do this with us.
Yeah, that's the beauty about 100 women and 100 men. People travel a lot. People are busy. They got kids. They got a life. And they still want to help the community. And this is just a way to come 4 times a year, which is essentially 4 hours of your time, to donate $100. But it's collectively, so it's a small like donation, but it's a really big impact to the community. Like this was just our 6th meeting. So in 5 meetings, we've raised over $50,000 for local Yellowknife organizations, and that wasn't a lot of time. Didn't take a lot of work. So it is just it's a great way to give back to the community that we live in and all love, and not have to put in hundreds of hours to do so.
Okay, how do people get in touch? If they listen to that and they're like, all right, fine, I will take you up on this challenge, where do they go?
Yeah, they can sign up online on our website, 100 Women Yellowknife, or we have a Facebook page. We don't have a Twitter account, but you can, those 2 ways, it's easiest.
Okay. This is always
Twitter's on its way out anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Well, I love Twitter. I should. I'm going to make Twitter right now when I go back to work. I'm going to do it.
you announcing on the air that you intend to tweet.
It's official.
Okay.
Whoa, that's big news. That's big news.
News release. In a news release this morning, Erasmus Apparel announced the intention to tweet a little later on. Coming up in Cabin Radio's Lunchtime News. Okay, very good. We should have a Cabin Radio movie night yesterday. We should just all go.
I really want to see it.
I saw it.
I mean,
You've already seen it.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll get you. Give us your 30-second review without spoiling any of it.
It was really heartwarming and funny, and also like pulls at your heartstrings where you're like, oh my god, like, is anyone else crying?
You're like, why did the Beatles have to exist? This is beautiful.
But then there's also like a couple intense moments where you're like, oh
Can't say that word at this time in the morning. No, you nearly said it again.
I'll say it again. Yeah.
We apologise for the little escape of bad language there. I honestly
AJ
thought
was supposed to beep it out.
I honestly thought we were going to be
You gotta
safe
tell me when you're gonna say it.
in the middle of a break about 100 Women Who Give a Damn and the Beatles. I honestly thought those were two subjects where we would be relatively safe. I still remember the first time where that happened, where we were talking to Brie about her canoeing trip when she ended up like falling out of the canoe and into the water. And in that one, I was like, retelling that story, that you can see how a swear word might creep out. Discussing a review of a movie about the Beatles not existing, I honestly, Sarah Erasmus, thought we were going to be okay.
This is the problem when we leave the censor button in the hands of DJ Gooder over here.
I miss it. Beep. Oh, I miss it all the time.
It's going to be the best day of your life. Doesn't work quite as well, does it?
It's Friday. That's what people do on Friday.
Hey, swear.
They swear.
Right after
That's what they
describing
do.
something as heartwarming.
All right, everybody. Sarah, thank you for coming in,
Yeah,
gracing the airwaves.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.